Actually, one thing. Can I get some Wi-Fi?
Sure. Vicente is.
Yeah, Vicente.
This is not being recorded, is
This
it?
is being recorded.
Yo,
Yeah.
people are just gonna come to my house and get my Wi-Fi.
That's all right.
Yo, no.
That's all right.
That's not.
They don't know where you live, though.
What do you mean?
Some do. Some do.
Yo.
No, this is true.
The password to my Wi-Fi is my address.
Okay, then I think I got it. Blank street or
No, it's just
Blank
the
number
the name.
and street.
No, it's the name and then the street. No, the name and then the number.
okay.
It might be a capital first
Ooh,
letter.
all right,
If it doesn't work.
We'll find out.
If it works, then it's good.
Still connecting. Oh yeah. Oh. No bueno, man. I don't know if that's the one. I will try again. That's the one. Okay, cool.
All right.
To people watching, listening, no capital.
Oh my lord, yo! The people that know where I live, they're gonna be like, all right, we already know. They're just gonna. I'm gonna have a bunch of squatters outside my house. You know,
Man,
those.
that's assuming people listen to this.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Yeah, that's assuming people listen to this.
You know, what's the most charitable thing to do? Let them stay, or like tell them to not freeload.
Yeah,
What is the charitable thing?
probably to let them stay.
What?
Are you paying for?
No,
Like, do you have a bandwidth limit?
I don't know. Maybe I should check that out.
Yeah, if you do, then I think the charitable thing to do would be to tell them nah.
Tell them to just go to a coffee shop or
Yeah.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or why don't we all go to a coffee shop? That's a charitable thing to do.
Yeah.
Hey,
How about they tell me before they come to my house?
Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's
Not just I come home and they're there.
lessons for everyone, eh?
I guess. Yeah.
yeah,
No,
that
it's true.
All right, I guess we'll start off here. This is the official launch of
Keystone
the Keystone
podcast.
the Keystone podcast.
The Keystone
What
podcast.
are we even doing again? The Keystone podcast. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. For those of you who are how should we intro this?
Why don't you introduce yourself first, and then I'll introduce myself,
Okay, that sounds
and then
good.
we can elaborate
That sounds
on
good.
what Keystone means.
Okay, so my name is Kenneth Faria. I am a 27-year-old dude
Oh man.
from Mississauga. Shout out Saga. Yeah, that's me. That's me.
All right. My name is Arnel Vicente. A lot of people know me as AJ. I generally say apple juice if you forget, but really it's Arnel Jr. because my dad's name is Arnel, so he's the senior, and I'm the junior.
True.
I'm a middle child, Filipino, pure-blooded Filipino, and I'm 26 years old.
Okay, I guess I'll go more into who I am then. I am. What did you ethnicity? I'm Indian.
Yes.
Purebred. I don't know.
Pure
Or
blood?
Pure blood. No.
Pure
I don't-
blood?
I'm from a part of India called Goa, where they've got that Portuguese influence.
Yeah, but
I
you're
will,
still
I
a
will
full
say I'm
Indian.
Indian. Yeah, I will
Yeah.
say I'm Indian. There's got to be some European genes in there.
Is there?
Yeah, def.
So you're a mudblood.
Yeah, I guess I'm a mudblood.
Harry Potter.
Yeah. I guess I'm.
You're
I'm
not
a mudblood
true.
Indian.
Well, I'm probably like Chinese somewhere too because
Yeah,
of Philippines.
But I will claim it. I will say I'm Indian. I'm not going to say I'm Portuguese because there's some Goans out there. Shout out Goa, and shout out Goans that they'll say, yeah, I'm actually not Indian. I'm Goan, or I'm like Goan Portuguese, and it's like, well,
So they're going to Portugal.
yeah, it's like, okay, cool. When are you going? When are you going? When are you coming back?
Yeah, yo. Isn't Fatima in Portugal?
Yes.
Yeah,
I guess.
we should definitely go. I think that's definitely a spot.
Fatima in Portugal.
Yo, I hear
I'm-
Portuguese people love seafood. I love seafood too.
Yeah.
Yo, Seafood City.
Hey,
Hey,
shout
for
out
those in
Heartland.
Mississauga. Yo, that Jollibee, that kids
Ah,
meal.
Jollibee, man.
You know?
Yeah. Okay. So
Oh.
people who don't know about Jollibee, it's I think it's the Filipino national restaurant.
Yeah.
And then it just came to Canada.
Well, I came to Toronto.
Right? And you've got 2 spots, one in Scarborough and one in Heartland.
In Mississauga.
And would recommend if you're looking for a cheap eat, because it can be pricey. That Seafood City spot can be pricey. If you're looking for some cheap Filipino food and chicken, get the kids meal.
The kids meal, $5.
$5.
Comes with a drink.
Yeah, man. And pineapple quencher.
And gravy and rice.
Yeah.
Oh, so
and get the spicy chicken.
Yeah. Don't get the normal one.
Yeah, the normal chicken's kind of... I don't want to hurt any feelings out there if anyone's... Normal chicken's alright.
No, get the spicy chicken, though.
Yeah,
if you can handle spicy. If you can't, then I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I guess
Jollibee's
your only option is the normal one.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's intros out of the way.
Yeah, I guess.
So this is the first ever episode of the Keystone podcast. AJ, what is the Keystone podcast? What are we doing?
What is the Keystone podcast? I remember you talking to me about it maybe close to maybe 2 weeks ago. But it's only really coming to fruition now. Here, right now, it's happening.
Yeah.
And we were even just thinking about the name yesterday.
Yeah.
And even just talking to you about it, I was like, the name of whatever we choose is going to be the keystone of the brand or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
And then I was just reflecting. I was like, yo, Keystone's a pretty good name.
Yeah.
And we looked it up. We looked up the definition.
Yeah, at first I thought it was a beer brand. Because I feel like I've seen that, back in my heathen days. Keystone beer. Let's see if that's a thing.
Well, I tried to search up Keystone as well.
Keystone Light, yeah.
There's so many different brands of Keystone.
Yeah, and it was also, I think, a failed pipeline project. Shout out Trudeau. Jokes.
Don't tell me they called it Keystone, though.
They called it
really?
Keystone. Yeah, the Keystone Pipeline.
Oh, man.
The Keystone Pipeline.
Yo, that's okay.
Right now.
We're the Keystone podcast.
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully we won't go away like the Keystone Pipeline. Yeah, and this whole project came about when I was... I've done a couple projects in the past, some video projects, and I think some friends... They were talking to Ken, yo, bro, you should definitely have a podcast. If you had a podcast, I would listen to you. Man. And I'm like, okay. So maybe that planted the seed. And then recently I was camping with one of my core teams. I was on, or not my core team. You're part of core team. Part of core team of a local Mississauga youth ministry, right? And we were at our camping, our seasonal, or not seasonal, our year end or year beginning camping sesh, and a couple of them were like, yo, Ken, you should really get a podcast. I think there are certain Ken mannerisms that stuck out to them, and they were having a blast listening to me speak. So that was the second prompt, and then I was at the youth ministry training day. I saw you. And super great setup there, OCY. Keep up the good work.
Office of Catholic Youth, for those that do not know.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. I just felt like I should have a podcast. People have told me, Ken, you should have a podcast, and it just hit me that week or that weekend, that day.
Yeah. So it's close to 3 weeks now.
Yeah, that was September something or middle of September.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe it's time.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to take this podcasting thing seriously. And also I'm journeying through youth ministry myself as a youth minister, part-time youth minister at Saints Peter and Paul, Mississauga. And I thought, oh man, it'd be really cool to highlight my journey, getting into the youth ministry, scene. Because there's not, no, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's lots of other youth ministry podcasts out there. I haven't listened to them.
I haven't listened to them.
And I don't know. And
I don't really know if there is.
Yeah, I don't know if they're GTA based either, right? So this could be a good source for some, future GTA youth ministers. But also a source for just talking about stuff.
Yeah, like Catholic stuff.
Catholic stuff.
Yeah,
Catholic
shout out
stuff.
to Catholic stuff you should know.
Yeah,
but listening to them,
have you?
They have a really good dynamic. Those two fathers.
Yeah, are they priests?
Yeah, it's
started out in the seminary or something like that.
I've only listened to a few, but they're very interesting. And when you brought up the whole idea of doing a podcast, I was like, yo, like, yeah, that would be very interesting. I think that would be very cool.
Yeah,
and to talk about and discuss, topics about the faith and what we see in our diocese and the ministry.
Yeah,
I thought it was a very compelling thing to be able to join. So I was very honored when you asked me to do this with you,
to co-host. Hey,
yeah,
not just do it. We're co-hosts.
Oh man,
eh?
thank you so
bro.
much. And yeah, so that was I was listening to them, and also I have a few friends who actually started a podcast as well.
Man.
It's called Ignite Cast.
Okay,
They're part of. They're still.
Are they still
part of
podcasting?
That I actually don't know, but they were part of the community that I'm part of, Couples for Christ. So shout out to Martin Angeles and Nicola Arboleta, who also do the Ignite Cast. So I don't know if they still do it, but maybe I should search it up.
Yeah, and where are they out of Toronto?
So they're actually full-time like ministry people.
Okay,
they work for our community
Okay.
and Couples for Christ. They're full-time pastoral workers.
Yeah.
So I think Nicolo's in Winnipeg.
Okay.
And Martin is in New Brunswick.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing big things in ministry now.
Yeah.
And so it's beautiful to see where they've grown.
Yeah.
I've known them for so long. I've known them since maybe I was in like first year university.
Yeah, you've been in like the CFC
scene for
quite a while, right?
Yeah, since I was like 17.
Wow.
But my family has been in it way before that. So yeah.
Cool, man. And how's it been? How's the experience been with CFC?
CFC, blessed. They're a family ministry.
Yeah.
They call it like a womb to tomb ministry.
Oh.
So
womb to tomb.
Yeah, if you're birthed into it, you'll probably die in it too.
Yeah.
So, but it's it's a great ministry and it focuses on the family.
Okay.
And I think that's very beautiful because there's such a need when it comes to growing the faith within the family.
Yeah.
And so they have like Kids for Christ, they have Youth for Christ, and they have Singles for Christ, and then they have Couples for Christ.
Yeah.
And if you don't get married or you become a widow, you have Handmaids of the Lord.
Okay.
And Servants of the Lord.
Nice.
So that's why they say it's a womb to tomb ministry.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a full serve of
Yeah.
everything.
But yo, what's called what else? What else is Keystone?
Keystone.
Yeah.
Keystone.
So I remember us saying like, why does Keystone like stand out so much for us? Because when we looked at the definition,
right,
it was like that middle thing that connects.
So for those who don't know, the Keystone usually refers to that central stone. If you think of like an archway, right, you've got two like stones building up on each side, and it forms an arch. The keystone is that center stone that kind of locks that shape in place, right?
Yeah.
And without the keystone, that shape will not exist, that structure will not exist, that arch will just fall on the ground, right? So when you kind of brought it up, and when I was just like researching, what is the definition of keystone, I'm like, man, this kind of like really clicks because with us, I think Christ is that central
that keystone,
right? Christ is the keystone for us, in our journey, in our friendship, right?
Yeah.
For those of you guys listening that don't know, AJ and I are pretty new friends. Like I think like not even a year, right? And our friendship story was definitely one of I think like a Christ-inspired, definitely a Christ-centered, friendship. And without Christ, I don't think I would know this guy, and I'm definitely super blessed, man, to have you in my life.
Same.
So no, it made sense, man. It made sense because, like without Christ, we are those fallen stones, man, serving no one, helping no one, and with him as the keystone, he kind of gives us that strength and that support. That we can kind of build, like, so that we can build ourselves, and eventually help build the kingdom of heaven up, right, for God, to glorify Him, right? So yeah, when we were legit in your car yesterday, like, not sure. Yeah, we had a